Somebody just told me the following story. Ever since my kid went to this yeshiva, he ended up getting introduced to drugs. He ended up getting introduced to movies. He ended up getting, he ended up getting introduced. He got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I said, hold on one second. Why did he go to that yeshiva? He was falling. He was falling, and he fell there. I get this all the time. People in Nebuch, their kids are falling apart. So they blame the yeshiva, they blame the neighborhood, they blame the friend. Why did he have that friend? You know that friend, such a terrible friend, introduced my kid to drugs, introduced my kid to alcohol, introduced my kid to girls. Really, he was in yeshiva, he was going to be the next Gadol Adar, and he pulled him out of yeshiva and said, look, drugs, girls, look. That's what happened. He went looking for this friend. Why was he the friend and not somebody else? Every single kid that goes off the derech has a friend that introduces him to somebody. Every kid who smokes, he didn't invent cigarettes. Somebody gave him a cigarette. Every kid who smokes weed, somebody introduced him to weed. And he's now being hated by somebody else because he introduced it to the next guy. But why is he interested in it? So sometimes there's regular nisyonis and sometimes it's not. It's because he's miserable, he's unhappy, and he's going down. It just happened to me. It happens all the time. And I said, stop blaming everybody. You can't blame the yeshiva because the kid's not behaving properly. They have to deal with it in a good way. But some kids are sinking, and they have like an anchor, they have like a weight on their leg, and they can't deal and they can't function no matter what. Still, they have to know how to deal with them, not to embarrass them, not to cause them trauma, not to cause them damage. But it's very interesting, right? Like I have that here also all the time. I don't usually have it so bad because I take kids that there's pretty much not that much left to go. I try to take, stage 4, so tension's on. But people say, oh, since we went to Avi, it got worse. We're dealing with a very sick person. They don't all just get better right away. Right? That's why I don't go to hospitals. I saw people go in there, and they got worse in the hospital. Sometimes the hospital's at fault. Many times it's because they're dealing with sick people. And some sick people are going to die. Some sick people are not going to make it. You can't blame the hospital. You can have the best hospital in the world. So just like a hospital, sometimes the moised or the guidance is wrong. Sometimes it's not wrong. But it's not pashut, that's for sure. So I'm very big into al tadanas chavercha ad shetagilam kaimai. People always ask me, what do you think about this school? What do you think about this guy, guidance? I love everybody. People are in trouble all around, and some people jumped in with a good heart and they're trying to help. How would I possibly know if, what do I think about them? I get this, it's interesting, I get it all the time. People get it about me, and they usually throw me under the bus, almost always, because I hear back what people say. I don't know why people like doing that. But people ask me all the time, what do you think about, I don't want to say names, certain organization? Sounds like an easy question, right? What do you think about them? My brain freezes. I'm like, I care about the words that come out of my mouth, especially if I'm talking about other people. And I said, how would I possibly know? In order for me to tell you what I think about that organization, I would probably have to move into their office for at least a year, audit everything, figure out, maybe they're doing great, and maybe they're not. Like and people just take that right away. Like, what do you think of that? Oh, I think they're not doing good. I think they're doing good. We don't really know until you do like a full audit. So like, okay, I don't want to get into it, but people throw me under the bus a lot. But when it comes to me, I get asked about those same people that I know what they say about me, and I could say, oh, I don't agree with everything he says. Why should I say that? Oh, I think I could do things better. You could do things better, right? Somebody asked me about a girls' school. What do you think about the girls' school? I said, what do I think? If you could do better, open another girls' school. Until then, shut your mouth and write a check. Help out all the people who are trying to help. Some people are not as good, but they still mean well. Some people have better skills. Everybody's trying to help. So I'm very pro all organizations, and I try to support as many as I can that are just trying to help people. How does that sound? We got a clapper.